Hey, what's going on, everyone? Jonathan Perez here, and I'm actually trying something a little different today. I'm going to put the camera on me so that when I'm talking, you don't just see the screen here, and I can kind of switch back and forth. So just going to try it and just see how it works. In any case, today is the day that I'm going to go over our next program, which is called MailerLite. Now, I've been in a little series of going from ConvertBox to the different email platforms that small businesses could get started with without having to break the bank. And this is kind of where we are right now. So yesterday I did Benchmark. Today I'm doing MailerLite, and then I'll continue the series on from there. So without further ado, let's get into it. So if you take a look at my screen here, let me fix this mic. I logged into the back end, and as you can see, it says 1 to 1,000 subscribers, and I can send 12,000 emails a month. This is a great way to start growing your list, because if you start getting into the 1,000 range, you're on to something. Here's the mistake that a lot of people make, and make note, is that they get to 1,000 people, but they never actually scrub their list, or they never actually clean their list. So what happens is you have 1,000 subscribers and maybe only 300 or 200 are actually opening the emails. Now, in Benchmark, I didn't get into it, but there is a way that you can actually clean the list based on how many people are opening, how many people are engaging. This tends to keep your numbers down. So it's better to have a list of, let's say, 500 with 400 to 450 people engaging in it versus a list of 1,000 and only 200 people engaging in it. This isn't a numbers game. We're not trying to say, oh, I have the biggest list in the world, because you can have a list of 1,000 fake names, and if you're not selling anything and you're not doing anything with it, then it really doesn't matter. So you want engagement in your emails. And different programs have ways to kind of scrub those lists, so keep that in mind. So MailerLite actually gives us the option to have 1,000 subscribers, which is a great way to start, and we can send 12 emails a month, which means about twice a week you can email if you have 1,000. If you have less than that, you can email way more times than that, which is really great. There's something called the one a day, where you would email 1 time a day to your list just to keep them engaged, to keep them involved. And that is hard to do, but you can't argue with the results. I used to do it a long time ago. I was getting a ton of engagement, a ton of business, and it was well worth it. It doesn't happen overnight. It's something you got to work up to, just like, anything else in life, really. But that is something to consider. So up to 12,000 emails a month, that's pretty awesome. Unique subscribers, account approval level 1,000, email sent. So I literally just logged in. I've done nothing yet. They automatically add your email, so you want subscriber, to the list. So let's get into it. The first thing that we want to do is the same thing we did last time. I'm logging in. I want to make sure that I can create a drip campaign. So I'm going to head over here to automation on top. And now it says that the free account comes with the automation. Now you can see here, it says that I have free access to the premium features for the next 9 days. The automation is technically not a premium feature according to what they say on their website. If I click on read more, you'll see the different premium features that it comes with, which is basically increased amount of subscribers you can have. Custom domain, because they do landing pages and pop-ups, but we're going to use ConvertBox for that. Auto resends, newsletter templates, and promotion pop-ups, which is what I just said. So that is what comes with the Pro plan. They have a couple other things here: click maps, HTML editor, location reports, A/B testing, things like that. That's all good stuff, but it's not what we're looking for right now. Right now, all we want to do is when someone signs up, we want to send them that initial email and then start the drip. So let's set up 2 emails like we did yesterday and see how that process goes. So I'm going to head over into automation. I'm already here. Let's create your first workflow. Now, hopefully my internet speeds up a little bit. There we go. Okay, now you'll notice that this is way different than what we had on Benchmark. Benchmark literally just gave us the setup boxes, click the next step. It said add your email, and then we would have a drop down box with a delay. This is something that I like a little more. You can actually see the workflow versus just 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, things like that. So let's call this site secure. I forgot what I called it yesterday, but site secure automation. And the trigger, you'll see here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different triggers. I'm not sure which ones come with the pro plan versus not, so I'm going to revisit this in 9 days and see what they took away from the free account. But like I said, as of now, from what I've been reading on this website, automation is included in the free plan. So if all of these are included, that's going to be pretty awesome. So all we want to do is when a subscriber joins a group. You can also do when a person subscribes to a form. I think that's pretty similar. Off the top of my head, I can't think of a scenario where they would be different. But we're just gonna do when a subscriber joins a group. Other platforms call it lists. Other platforms call it audience. A list, a group, an audience. It's just people that are under one basic category. So my group is Surefire Web Services. Repeat workflow for subscribers who rejoin the same group. That's pretty cool in an automation sequence. So basically that means if I have a couple different groups, let's say I segment the audience into different levels or different tiers, right? I have one audience that's interested in automation, and I have a second audience that's interested in creating funnels. So if I put them into the funnel workflow, it'll start the emails going out. If I put them in the automation workflow, it'll start the emails going out. But if they go back to the funnels workflow, it'll basically restart. So that's a cool option, I guess, if someone hasn't been in a flow for a while, kind of refresh their memory. Maybe they want to retake a email course that you built already, so you can, just re-add them to that group. Different scenarios can play out, until you're actually in the real world and you're setting these things up and you go, oh, that's what I need, or that's what I want to do. And look, I have the option. So clearly people are using this. Otherwise it really wouldn't be an option there, but we don't need that now because we're just doing something simple. So as soon as a subscriber goes onto the Surefire list, we are going to start our email campaign. Now, let's see, workflow activity. Nope. When a subscriber joins a group, click on the plus icon above to add first step to your workflow. All right, so when they join the group, I'm gonna add an email. Let's see, the subject, okay, fill it in right there. So let's go back to our welcome email. Subject is going to be, hey, Joe, download your guide. Hey, John, download your guide. Again, you'll see something similar that we had last time is the merge tag. This just calls it insert. So we're just going to insert the name. Nope, this didn't insert it where I wanted it. So let's move that over. Okay, so it's going to say name, download your guide. Who's this from? It's from me. Yes. Design the email. Okay, let's see what we got here. So we have the drag and drop editor, we have the rich text editor, legacy rich text editor, and custom HTML editor. Don't really need to go to custom HTML unless you're handy with code, but unless you're a web person, most people aren't. Legacy rich text editor, again, it's what I like to use. I think it keeps it very simple. This seems to be something that they're working on in beta. I'm not going to dive into that yet. Only because they're still testing it out, and we just want to set up this automation as simple as possible. So let's check out their drag and drop editor and see what we can come up with. We can actually see how this one works. So now it's loading. All right. Okay. Keeping it simple. Template settings. View in browser. Okay, I guess it preloaded something. I thought it was just going to start from blank. Let's see if there's a way that we can actually start with a template. Well, they give you a lot of options here. Action, save template, remove content blocks, footer settings, logo and content. This is pretty cool. They have different blocks here. So a block is basically just something that you drag in and it kind of pre-fills it in for you. So it lets you know what they look like. So you can actually start to piece together an email. Again, you know, for me personally, these just get a little complex. I mean, you could do it, just don't go too crazy with it because it, you know, you could really start to hit the spam a lot. But this is actually pretty cool. They look pretty simple, pretty basic. Let's go back. Let's see if we could start off with a simple template. So on this part, I actually had to fast forward it because it was just taking way too long. So that's why you're seeing the speed up. So apparently I can't re-edit this once it's here. I would have to delete it. That's kind of annoying. So anyway, all right. I'm going to, you know, fast forward that in the video. Let's get rid of this again. Let's try this again. Okay. We're going to do an email. And we are going to put that in there. Let's design the email like we were trying to do before. So I guess the moral of that story is if you want to start with the template, pick what you want first. Otherwise, it's just going to load you some default thing that you'll have to delete. So, yeah, and then if you need to redo it, you're going to have to do it from scratch or delete it and create a new email from a template. So let's look at the templates and see what we can start off with initially. I already found the one I love. Super easy letter. This is kind of what I built last time. We give it a little preview. Yeah, logo would go here. This is the content, and then the simple footer. That's exactly what I love to do. So let's use this template. Again, this is the welcome email. So let's see how easy it is to put our logo in and the rest of the information. So drag and drop, just like, you know, everything else. Doesn't seem too complex. We'll click this one. Let's edit the image. Oh, cool little flower thingy popping up. Seems to be popular. Where can I upload the image I want? None of these are what I want to do. This is just editing that image. So let's close that. Settings. Well, you know, I got to be honest. This isn't exactly the most clear thing. Change. There we go. Okay. Upload image. So a little confusing at first. Just trying to figure this out. Image. Logos. Let's do. This is the one I normally use. Pop that in there. Let's select this. And bam. Very nice. Okay. Don't need to edit it. Settings. I think we're good. I'm not going to put a background on there. So now let's just go ahead and paste in the welcome email content. Easy stuff. Copy it. Head over here. I wonder if you could edit it from there. No, so you have to edit it in this panel on this side, which is not a bad thing. And then this is where you preview it. So let's do what we did last time. I want to find the merge tag or the, here it is, variable name. See, everyone does it different. This is I mean, I would have never known that would be it. But, you know, you hover over it, you see what it is. So variable on MailerLite is what you would use to insert names, emails, things like that. You can download the guide here. Let's see what the link is like. Link, insert link. Okay, nothing serious. Open a new tab, yeah. All right. Let's save that. What is this? Card. No. Okay. Oh, card actually just separates like the tables. All right. If there was a background, we would know. Full width. Yeah, that's fine. And font. I don't like Georgia. Let's do Arial. Okay. Background and more. I think we're good. Content settings. Background. No. So they give you a lot of different styles to put here. Whoops. Okay, save that. Button settings, no button. I'm sure there'd be some buttons here if you want them to click on something. So I can actually have my download guide. I can make that a button, which would be pretty cool, and separate this. Let's actually try that out. If I took this off, we're gonna cut that, right? I'm going to add another text block. Let's see, content, just text, that's all. Let's paste this in. This is not going to be aligned. It's going to be like that. And right here, let's get rid of this. Save that. And then let's add a button. And I'm going to drop it in right there. Cool. Button design. Ooh, little shadow on top. Let's do that. A little button here. Okay, all right. Download your free guide, and then they get the URL. Cool. And of course, I'm sure I could. Oh, dynamic content. Ooh, what's that? Choose a target audience. Select the recipients who will see this email block. That is cool. So if you have a membership, or if you have something where you only want specific users or users with a specific tag to see, let's say you have VIP clients, or you have clients that pay more than another client, like different levels, basic versus premium. You could tag them with premium, and it seems like you can specify who sees what over here, which is pretty awesome. Select one or more groups. Email block will be visible to only these groups. Wow. Oh, I like that. That's awesome. Customize recipients. Custom field equals. Nice. You can say, hey, anyone in New York will see this. Anyone in Chicago will see. That's pretty awesome. All right. But we're not going to do that right now. But that is pretty sweet. How do I change the background? See, that's. Well, here it is. Background. Let's do a blue button. I guess that's supposed to be darker blue. Light blue. There we go. Save that. That's pretty cool. Okay, so now we have a little drag and drop. Pretty simple. Everything seems to be pretty standard. So let's see. Preview and test. Let's preview it. So when you get this email, it's going to go right into your inbox. Wow. Oh, okay, there we go. Perfect. And on the phone, it's going to look like that. Love it. All right, save as a PDF. That's interesting. Copy the URL. Also interesting. So now you have a web version of this. Let's finish editing that. We are done. All right, we are ready to move forward. Wow, 20 minutes. Okay. All right, so when a subscriber joins, we're going to send them this email immediately, and then we're going to delay. This delay will be 1 day, and then we're going to send another email, and let's see if we could get through this one a little quicker. We have email to, subject, copy. Paste. Let's get rid of that and make sure that we put the actual name in. I don't know why it keeps inserting that at the end. That's kind of annoying. But here we go. All right, same information. Let's design that email. Again, just going to go to the template gallery, pick the one I liked, select. See, now I'm just buzzing through this. So let's copy this. Copy. Wait for this to load. It's a little frustrating to have something take that long to load. So let's trash that, change the default, use the one we got. Take this. I'm not going to get fancy, just going to paste it in. We're going to take that out with the little parentheses with the X. Enter the name. little comment at the end. There's the email, simple, save it. No buttons. We are done editing. All right. So once you get the hang of it, once you drag and drop your emails, that seems like the best way to do it. I could probably just copy and duplicate it because there was a copy button on there, which would make it easier. But two things that I want to go over that the other one didn't have that this one does have. See, Benchmark in their Pro version, you have access to the different ways that you can segment and do your workflow. But on the free version, it's just straight, wait 2 days, send next email, wait 2 days, send this email. Now, MailerLite is saying that this comes with the free version. So we have email number 1. We set a delay up for 1 day. Thank you. Just want to make sure this stays on. We have the second one. And now we have these two things right here. We have condition and we have action. Now, honestly, right now, I'm just going to keep sending an email until it's over. But I'm just curious to see what this condition is and when you define a condition. So this is going to say campaign activity, workflow activity, custom fields, group membership, segment membership. All right. So basically, if they do something on this email, depending on what they do, it's either going to be true or false, right? And if it's true, then we can do something. And if it's false, we can do something. So this just gives you a little more control, a little more power behind what you can do with these types of workflows, which is pretty cool. Right now, we're doing something very basic, very simple, but this is pretty sweet. See, the one thing though is that it's not saying, like I have 3 links on this previous email. I don't see anything. Let's see, workflow activity. Oh, here we go. So I could do let's talk passwords and then had a link clicked, had a specific link clicked. Okay. So I can start really nailing down the things in this email. I was scared that it wasn't going to do that, but it actually does, which is pretty cool. So if they literally click any link on there, that would be true. And then you can send a different sequence of emails. If they didn't click anything, you can send a new like reminder email. So that's where the power of this workflow automation comes in. If this is on the free version, that is amazing. Like that's really cool if that's on the free version, because that's going to give you a whole level of control and workflows. And I have other software to kind of map these things out when it does get a little complicated, because you don't want to just kind of wing it and then hit plus. Maybe you kind of want this thought out a little bit. But the fact that you can do that is awesome. And then let's take a look at actions. What is this? Select which action to apply when a subscriber reaches the next action step. So after they get this email, we can make something happen. We can move them to a new group or a new list. We could unsubscribe them. So if you have a cleanup campaign, usually you could do 3 emails for a cleanup campaign saying, hey, we haven't heard from you in a while. Just wanted to check in. If you're still interested, click a link. If they don't click it, send a second one, a third one, follow up. And if they don't do anything, then you can automatically unsubscribe them, which is pretty cool. Move them to another step in the workflow. So that means this can actually get pretty complex. Move to group, copy to a group, so you can have the same subscriber on 2 different groups, and update a custom field with a custom value. That's actually really cool. I'm wondering how it would get the value though. Please enter a value. Yeah, that's weird. Probably wouldn't be phone, but if they clicked on a specific link, you would probably do an action and say, oh, like these are fields that they have to fill in, but you can have like yes or no fields as custom fields and things like that. So that's pretty cool. Way different than Benchmark. This is actually a bit more powerful than Benchmark. So let's site secure automation on. Okay, perfect. So it looks like this is ready to go. So I have 2 emails. No need to get into the other ones. It's just basically copy and paste these things. But this seems pretty cool. And then you can see the reports on each email, who opened it, who did what, where they stand. Preview, send it. This is cool. All right, so let's save this. And it looks like we're done. There's nothing that says save, so I'm assuming we just go back to the automation list. And there we go. We have an active workflow when somebody goes onto that campaign. Now, clearly, you would have to integrate your group with something, your subscribers. So we have, where is it? Subscribers. I have the Surefire list, the group right here, Surefire Web Services. I can create another group right there. And then, you know, as many groups as I need, then we could segment groups if we want. Here's the custom fields, clean up inactive, which is what I was mentioning before. And that's pretty cool. So this seems pretty clean, pretty powerful. This 9 days, I'm just wondering what they're going to take away. If this automation is included with the free version, then MailerLite is definitely a contender. I really like this. I think the automation is really simple. Campaigns and the emails are pretty easy to make. One thing I didn't like was it was just a little slow, and I'm not sure if they're just trying to load a lot of stuff or if it's my internet connection, but like I said, my internet's been pretty much flying all day, so I don't think it's that. But other than that part, I think this is a really awesome tool to start off with. So, I mean, I don't know, between Benchmark and MailerLite, they both have it. This automation thing's stronger than the Benchmark one, but you know, we'll see what happens in 9 days. If it stays on, we might have to lean a little closer towards MailerLite. So let's see what happens. The next video, we are going to go over, I'm debating MailChimp or Moosend. I might do Moosend because I've done MailChimp a million times. So we'll see who wins the battle of the free email marketing software tools. All right. God bless. Have a good one.